outside the ring, and
That's
I
how
think,
powerful boxing is.
and
That's
he
how
said
powerful it is.
his
Everybody
he said his anxiety suffers from the boxing. So
say like, oh, you can use this. Is it abnormal? It's not normal to use the way of fighting to relieve anything at all. Like we have this. I don't think that we have banned it, but I think that we have to do something that like release the. We have to stop to show this as an example. We have to stop provide this as a sport at all. It's not a good.
This is what we need to do.
I totally agree, Daria.
Boxing is natural. We need to promote natural cures and not allow what Daniana says to fill these people up with drugs and try and cure them anxiety with drugs. No, let them box and do it the natural way and cure their anxiety. Come on. Why do we have to pump people with drugs?
Natural, it's not necessarily.
It's not against humanism, Daria. We are humanistic. Book, and I think you agree with us, Murat. Murat, we are humanist, I think.
It's funny. So less humanistic people than Reebok or Murat. Like,
and Reebok, it's natural to run very fast and very long, so it's not natural to hit somebody.
Okay.
I don't know how natural it is to run 42 kilometers. It doesn't feel very natural.
I got it. This topic made feminists. They try for male do more a week. I got it.
Really? Oh, you mean like feminists are trying to make weak?
I think that we just want to save the last of brains of our men because
I don't know. I think there's a valid argument. Like boxing, it's animalistic sport. It's violence, aggressive.
Yeah,
there are many ways to exercise yourself and prove yourself physically without punching someone in the head repeatedly,
Yes. Yes.
So
I feel like
that's why you move around a bit, you dance around the ring.
Boris, I don't agree with you. It's not animalistic. And you can say that humans are a kind of animals. Yes, I agree with this agreement or this sentence, but we need to do some sportive activities for preparing to some bad things. And
there are many options. There are other options.
Yes, it is possible, Boris. It's possible. It's
not only possible, it exists.
By playing
cycling,
swimming,
by
playing box, we can survive. We can survive. I think.
Survive.
But I can
what?
also survive if I can run long enough and fast enough. I can also survive with running, and if I'm fast enough, up to a tree.
But Daniela, it's a selfish. I think.
What about fencing?
With only some sportive kinds of activities, we cannot restrict. I think it's not ethic. It's not ethical. I think. Box is good activity,
but it's just not safe.
Boxing.
But I think, Mette, if you try boxing with a tiger, I'm sure you don't win. Why because you are boxing, and if you run away and you can run long enough and fast enough, you can win. So you don't need to box.
I played taekwondo. I played taekwondo.
Don't fancy.
I want to back up Mehdi's argument here.
I'm not sure what you
I would like to back up Mehdi's argument.
You are crazy.
Because boxing is a good sport that works you anaerobically. That actually builds your heart bigger and stronger. And Muhammad Ali, he lived until 92 and his heart was still good. He didn't die of heart attack. That's what boxing does to you. It increases your fitness. Have you ever heard of a boxing guy at 50 years of age? No.
I've
But
heard
runners
younger
don't.
in the ring.
But you can increase your fitness with other sports, and you don't need this violence.
But
And
it doesn't
boxers have
work
died way
analytically.
younger than
Rebuk is
50.
right. Rebuk
No,
is
hang on.
right.
None have died from heart attack. Heart attack.
I would-
A lot of
Okay.
people die from heart attack under 50, not boxers.
You
No, their hearts are strong.
you can get a heart attack without sports. So
Yeah, that's right. If you
For-
don't box, you can get a heart attack. But if you
For
box,
power,
very
we
unlikely.
need to box.
You get a bigger heart.
You won't have enough time to die with heart attack. You will die before.
Have a look.
Medi is correct. It's good for your health. Definitely good for your heart. Medi is correct.
Not for your head.
Here's somebody looking.
Becoming power, nature, fighting with nature. We need to play box. Some
Why you
power
want to
sport.
fight
We
with
need to,
nature?
I think.
What are you preparing for?
Oh,
You
yeah.
live in nowadays world.
So
What if-
according
I
to
am
according to
ecologist at the
2019
same time.
research, boxing is one of the worst ones actually. It takes away 5 years to your life expectancy compared to an average person, whereas
Boris,
even
you do
soccer
Google,
adds
don't you?
2 years,
Boris,
cricket
you're
adds 4
cheating.
years, rugby even adds 6 years, tennis adds 8 years, boxing
Boris.
takes away 5 years.
Boris, you got to decide: are you committed to this meeting or are you committed to Google? Now, what are you committed to? Come on.
I'm committed to
Concentrate.
both, man. I'm
If
using all
I'm
the
not
information
mistaken,
I
mixed
have.
fighting most of popular now. Mixed fighting most
Oh,
of popular
MMA,
sport.
right?
Fight,
Yes,
fight.
MMA.
Right.
Everyone watch that. Everyone. It's most of popular.
And,
Nobody can
it's
compete
not
with this sport.
necessarily good. If everybody will watch this, it doesn't
I know, Daria. I know.
Don't be
I
afraid
know.
of data, Reebok. I've got it right here, man.
There are some people in Germany who think, some pedagogical teachers or professors, they say one should not even fight in other way. For when the fight is always bad, so one should not with school children. One should not make. I don't know if that's the right word in English. Zero-sum games or zero-sum
It's correct,
playing.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, and one should not do that. One should be very pacifistic, and one should say, "Oh, you are both good," and there should not be a competition. That would be probably the more consequent way of Daniela. And Daniela already agrees. By the way, I don't agree with this theory.
about
The guys, any sport without competition, it is not sport. Because just
Yeah.
competition make you
Hey.
more.
We're not arguing against sports, just not ones that, you know, where you punch people in the head. Just
competition
Boris,
is not
hang on.
necessarily good too.
feel like there's other sports, a lot of other sports. Yeah. Even combat
that's
sports. There
boxing.
are better combat sports than boxing, like
Okay,
judo.
Boris, let's
you
look at
know?
some of those sports. Horse riding, you fall off, hit your head.
No.
Rugby,
Let's
you
look.
come
Let's
up,
look
hit
at.
your head.
Let's look at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, for example, or let's look at judo. You
Yeah,
have a
get
lot
flipped
of
over
non.
and your head hits the ground.
Yeah, but you have a lot of non-contact fighting sports.
Not when you smash the ground, Boris. Not when your head goes smash into the ground. When you get
Well,
tipped
it
upside
can.
down and
I mean,
bang.
but that's not the purpose, right?
Boris,
That's not-
even in football, Zinedine Zidane fight your partner in football purpose.
Yeah, and he got a red card, and that was
Yes,
not too
it's
good.
what is the problem? Even in football, it is
Yeah,
football.
and that's banned because it's not good. I think
What I
this-
mean say for it, any sport, good sportsman, ready fight everyone. Doesn't matter, tennis or running or so on.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't like it when I see athletes going at it physically when it's beyond the sport. It to me,
Boris,
it just
this is-
means they've already lost. You
Boris,
know?
this is not about you. Come on, this is not about what you like. This is a serious topic. Come on, look at the greater.
Thank
the
you,
greater
Reebok,
good, the
for
bigger
putting me
picture,
back on
Boris.
track.
I think it's boring.
It was the second time that you
running
tried to
and
say it.
some other kinds of sports are boring. But boxing, king sports, kung fu, wrestling
Blood
are
sports.
not boring. The days are good. I think height and good sports, kinds of good sports. I am running, for example, and I go to a fitness center, and I'm playing taekwondo, but box is different. For power, all of them, like such as box, wrestlers, kickbox,
Mite,
and some other
you're right.
kinds of.
Boxing more aggressive. You're right. Boxing
Yeah.
more
That's
action.
funny.
Like in car. For example, everyone knew for Mercedes, good car, Ford, good car, but everyone knew for BMW, most of aggressive car. The same in sport.
The Tesla.
Tesla,
Some
it's
people
usual car,
need
electric.
Murat, some people need to playing box, yes. Some
Yeah, but
people
that
need to
people
run.
need help.
For example, Daria, can run. Okay, I am not against
Daria,
Daria.
tell me
you
please,
you
what
can
kind
run.
of help?
What
What
mental
kind of
health,
help?
I think. They need help of other people to provide them the way to
For
relieve
example,
their,
female
I don't know,
who
anxiety or whatever they want. Because like it's just the only one way to produce the power for them, and they don't see another way. They already on the point when they feel they self unsafety without the power, and it's not okay for anything in our world. I mean, like this.
Yes,
When
and the
you-
children learn in school. They they are in school. They are not allowed to push somebody, to hit somebody, and then they see it on TV or wherever, and that it's allowed to push somebody directly in the face.
I think
Danielle,
that's
that argument
okay.
got struck out already because we're not talking about TV. What's allowed on TV?
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's like video games, you know. Like, there's been no research has not shown any link between both. You know, like violence in video games. TV is fantasy. TV is.
I mean, if they see the boxing match on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, they see two people.
Daniela,
box
Daniela,
together
let me
and
explain.
see
When,
that
for
okay
example,
to hit.
Any man watching in TV box, they doesn't see just how the fight. They look how the skills of boxer.
Oh no.
How the move.
No, not true. No, maybe some
Yes,
of
Murat is
some
right.
of them
Murat
see
is
that.
right.
Daria,
Absolutely, Murat is right.
please,
I
Daria,
think
how
that's
the
true.
skills, how the box this boxer.
Of course, it's a very
Because
technical
how's
sport.
moving.
Yes,
I think it's a
but
very
not
beautiful
all of,
sport.
like,
That's
technical.
but let me say, Boris give a great example about video games, and it's the way to produce your aggressive to use your aggressive in a right way. Video games, it's something unreal. You don't hurt anyone, and compare with boxing when you hit another person. So this is the difference. That's why I think that video games, it's a good way. It's hasn't to be forbidden.
But you don't just hit another person. There is a whole framework.
More dangerous. I think more dangerous.
No.
Video playing.
That's a different debate.
Yes.
No, I mean that's
dangerous.
a good example too. No, it's just a
yes.
game, and
Playing
people
video games is dangerous.
Okay, that's a different
Yeah,
debate, guys.
it's-
Let me
it's
write it down.
against
We can discuss it
But
another
Boris is
time.
correct. I mean, Betty is correct.
But boxing,
Guys,
boxing,
it's so
Okay,
interesting thing. Sorry for interrupting, Mete. All female against box, but any female like for
What?
her boyfriend, any female against boxing, ban box, but any female like for someone, for example,
It's
boyfriend.
ridiculous.
Fight
There are female boxers.
Fight other. Fight
No,
other.
no, wait, no.
There are female
never
boxers,
with
Moran. What are you
person-
talking
no,
about?
No way. I won't be able to be with person who will see the way to hit anyone. Like, no, it's not way. I will choose anyone who will provide the way of speaking, of avoiding the conflict, but not fighting. I will never choose the person who will produce the power by hit other people, and it will.
You're trying to intimidate Daria. You're getting
Daria,
aggressive.
you are
You're trying to
unbelievable.
intimidate. You're intimidating by
But
I
words.
totally agree with Daria.
You're using words to
I agree with
provoke.
Daria. I agree with Daria.
So,
And
sorry,
if
but
every
it's a very,
if
it's a
every
very old
woman
sen-
choose
it's a very old sentence about
Not
feminists,
every woman.
about
not
the,
every
the
woman,
female
Daniela.
feminists, that they always say they want the smart little boy, the smart little guys who sit in front of their books, and after all they have a boyfriend with muscles like this and
No,
a
no way.
gold chain. That's it's a
And
at
getting
least
them-
Henrik,
there's no proof about it, but it's a very old sentence, and I think there's some truth.
Right.
There's some truth in it.
100%.
Like in 15, okay, Murat, in 15 maybe you will choose the boy who will have a muscles because you have no brain at all. But any woman you will choose another type of guy. It's not like you will.
This is so messy. This is so messy today, and I personally blame Reebok. You came out fighting, man. You got everyone into a frenzy now.
Look, I think in summary, all the guys here believe that boxing is okay. It's only the girls who don't like boxing.
I see the valid argument why it should be banned. Yeah, I definitely see it.
but
I like the sport.
All the girls disagree, but the guys all think boxing is okay. It's only the girls who disagree.
But I'm not a girl.
Boris, the woman prefer some guys are powerful. Yes.
I think that's a gross generalization. I think the women like a lot different guys. Guys like a lot different
There's only
women.
3 guys in this room. That's what I'm saying.
Boris,
Makes no sense.
African masculinity is famous now. African masculinity is famous among some social sciences sources. That's why we can say that power is important and it's natural. It's natural.
What kind of power, Metin?
What do you mean by power?
Okay. This power is based on competition and under control, under some rules, some ethical rules. Only sportive activities. It is a sportive activity, and if you are against it, the people don't give up to fight with each other. Yes, and we some boxing competitions, playing boxing, we can take control. We can take control at the same time, and we can prepare to the war against some natural disasters, against some bad guys.
Yeah, Mehdi is correct. Mehdi is right.
What's about war?
Mehdi is right.
Okay.
Let's be prepared for the.
How about prepare? Yeah.
Let's.
We should do. We should do. Deria, we should do. You cannot. You don't live in a very comfortable life.
Maybe because
I cannot imagine
your
your vote.
And I think we have to do little steps to avoid violence.
Like
why not start with ban boxing?
I'm all for avoiding violence.
It's not violent. And I think boxing takes our stress.
Forbid?
What was that, Heinrich?
What I want to ask, she said, Daniela said it's the first thing we should forbid is boxing. But I would ask her what else she would like to forbid.
Putting should be first forbidden, not boxing.
Okay, we're gonna stick to sports, Reebok. Sports on this one.
I think it's savage. If you want to ban boxing, the sport, I think it's savage. You just want to let people fight on the street. I think it's a savage outlook.
I don't think one means the other. I agree with there are other sports, you know, like you don't have to box necessarily if you want to prove you're the strongest physically. There's definitely, like even wrestling, I think is not as aggressive. That's what I mean. There are a lot of fighting sports that I think are perfectly reasonable without punching in the head. You know, like that's
more technical.
It's a fight of the mind.
Yeah, to punch someone in the head. Like that's kind of the how can I punch someone in the head is in the mind, but that's still the primary question being asked in your head, right? So how can I get through his defenses to punch him in the head? That's still
how can I have a positive attitude to everything I do, including boxing?
Yep, absolutely.
Getting smashed. How can I keep a positive attitude?
Well, I mean, you could have that reasoning about any sport, though.
Doesn't relate it with box. Because it's something aggressive.
Any sport.
I'm not totally against fighting sport, but you can do a fighting sport with more technical things in it, so you don't have to push somebody against his head, and you have to use your brain to do this technical sport. To learn the technical things.
How about taking the route of fencing? You know, like sword fighting, way too dangerous. People died. So the evolution nowadays we have fencing, very safe sport, still primarily skill-based.
You know, like what happens if you lose? Someone touches you and you lose. You don't learn anything. But in boxing,
you do.
You get hit and you get knocked to the ground.
Yeah,
and you learn. Well, I don't want that.
Well, then you
again.
forget because you've been hit in the head. I don't see your point with fencing. Fencing, if you're
Boris,
into fencing, it's still a
you
sport.
have to learn in boxing, because if you don't learn, you get your head smashed in and you end up in pain. You feel like going to bed. After you've been hit, you feel like going home and jumping in bed. So you do everything to avoid being hit. Unlike other sports, you get fencing, get hit, who cares? You do karate and someone touches and get a point, who cares? There's no.
Well,
there's
you
no
do
risk.
if you like the sport.
You see only one way to force yourself be qualified.
Yeah, you only learn by
It's
pain.
be
What is this
hidden
way of
head.
learning you have, Reebok?
You know the proof of the learning? Who are the most confident athletes? Look at boxers before a fight. They say,
The most confident athletes. Roger Federer seems very confident. You know, a lot of very confident
A lot of
athletes.
athletes very confident, enough confident. Just
Yeah, but he's learned of boxers. He done boxing when he was young. He knows the mindset. He's a world champion. Let's look at the average person. Is the average person as confident
Ronnie
as...
O'Sullivan is very confident. He's a snooker player. I don't see your point, man. There are a lot of ways to be confident.
But he can't... Is he a great speaker? Is he a great speaker? Does he bring that to his speaking?
Obama is very confident and a great speaker.
Yeah, but he's just a great speaker. What's Bahama? Well, he is.
And very confident.
He's nothing
you
else.
can't excuse every his quality about boxing. It's not
Look,
just.
I think Mehdi is correct. I have to agree with Mehdi.
Maybe he
Also
will
very
be-
confident, and I don't box.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident and I don't box. I don't really see the connection.
Boris?
I
Would
don't
you
need
be
to box to be
confident
confident.
Would
I'm
you
sorry?
be confident enough to get into the ring with Mike Tyson?
No, because that's stupid.
No.
Not just
That's
very
it. You're
confident.
not.
I mean, I
Lack
wouldn't
of
be
confidence.
confident playing a tennis match against Roger Federer either. It doesn't mean I'm not confident, it just means I know my limitations.
Boxers have no limitations. This is it.
And it's not.
Yes,
Boxers
they
have no
do. I don't think
limitations
Mike
in their
Tyson
mindset.
would do very well against Roger Federer in a tennis match either.
Oh, he's 60 years old now, Mike Tyson, Boris. Come on. be
Okay, well, I
reasonable.
don't think Floyd Mayweather would do very well in a tennis match against Federer. I don't really
Well,
see
we don't
your
know.
point.
Unless they play, you don't know.
No, I'm pretty sure we know. But he's got a perfect record. He's not going to risk that.
I think wrestlers more confident than boxer.
I think I don't know. I think
Doesn't depend on sport.
I don't see the connection between boxing and ultimate confidence. You know, I think there are a lot of things you can do in life that can make you confident. Not even sports related. I don't really see
But
why.
the thing is,
For example, I without
boxing-
any sport confident.
Like, if that's your goal in life to be confident, I don't
But
think
I'll play-
it's an easy sell to be like, hey, do boxing and you'll be the most confident. No, I feel
No,
like there are a
no,
lot of
but if you
other
learn, if you're
things.
going to be successful, I played lots of sports. The most I learned was from boxing, because you've got to be confident. And you see the way it changes you. Like they say, you know, you are what you think. And in boxing, it proves it.
I thought it was you
Boxing
are
is
what
the
you
opposite.
eat. Oh, isn't it? You are what you think.
Yeah, you are. Hey, look, don't
You are what
argue
you
with
eat, yes.
Einstein. You are what you think. That's what Einstein said. You're not going to argue with. You're not smarter than Einstein, are you, Boris?
Well, I mean, that's a preposterous proposition, you know? Because I don't agree with something he said means I think I'm smarter than him. That doesn't make any sense.
Oh,
man.
Boris, you're starting to get personal now, Boris. Come on. Stay
Well,
on
I
the
mean,
subject.
you're asking me if I think I'm
Stay on
smarter
the
than
subject,
Einstein.
Boris. Come on.
Trying to derail this. You're trying to derail this. Okay, we got 2 minutes. Should boxing be banned? Heinrich, what do you think?
No, I don't think it should be banned. And I think in many cultures there exists something like this kind of fighting where you can really lose something. I think, well, some other kinds of sports are similar to that. That it's not just fun, but it's also a real risk in it, like it was in former times in Europe, where one had fighting with swords or sometimes with pistols and so on. And it's a question if you want to have a part of this in your society, or if not. to do a real risky sport. I think football is or soccer is so famous because there is some real risk in it. Running, I do running, but running is not risky. The worst thing which can happen is that you have pain somewhere. But this risky kind of sport is one of the fundamentals of our Western culture, and I think it's quite useful.
So risk, okay, nice. I like that connection. I do see that connection. Like there is risk.
Without risk, we cannot live in this world.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
Risk everywhere.
I do agree with that actually. I think risk is incredibly important.
Yes, we need to
what you
risk.
do.
For example, the law.
Let me sorry,
Can
Mete,
you
to
imagine, Boris?
yes.
Just a moment. Can you imagine without risk, love, feeling, any emotion? Can you imagine, Boris?
No.
Nope.
We need to box. We need to play the box.
I don't see why we need boxing because I said no. But anyway, let me end the stream.